Yes, the goosebumps are definitely there. The tournament begins tonight at 10 p.m. Morocco, the host, taking on Comoros. But before we get into that, there are changes to the structure of African football. The Confederation of African Football President, Patrice Motsepe, has said that beginning after the 2027 edition, which will be held in Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania, AFCON will be held after every 4 years. And aside from that, they're scrapping CHAN, but they're introducing an Africa Nations League that will be played yearly. So meaning it will be taking the place of CHAN from 2028. Let's listen into him.
The next AFCON, our focus now is on this AFCON. But just by way of information, in 2027, we'll be going to Tanzania, Kenya, and Uganda. The AFCON after that, as part of this restructuring of the global fixtures, of the global football calendar, will be in 2028. So we've opened a tender for all of those countries that had put in a bid for 2029. We said it's going to be in 2028. Because in 2029, after the FIFA Club World Cup in America, Canada, and Mexico, we will have the first African Nations League, as I said, where the best African players from all over the continent and from all over the world and from Europe will participate, and we will decide where the final is going to be held. But you're going to have 54 nations. 54 member associations participating in the African Nations League in the different regions. And then in November, there's going to be one country. And this country is where the winner, the champions of each of those regions will meet either in West Africa or East Africa or in North Africa. And as I said, more competition, more resources, better infrastructure, and this will contribute to one of the objectives we've always had, the development of stadiums, football infrastructure, world-class facilities for football to take place in each of the 54 countries in Africa. So the next AFCON, as I said, after 2027 will be in 2028. As part of this arrangement, because what's going to happen now is you'll have the equivalent of an AFCON every year. You'll have the best African players in the world participating and playing in African football at the highest level on the continent every year. We, in discussions with all our stakeholders and taking into account the global fixtures, the AFCON now will now take place once every 4 years. Because historically, the AFCON was the prime focus where we could get resources to fund African football. In terms of this...
Well, that is